wouldn't allow me to go inside the post office or the back office, and they come back with saying, you are showing a loss of about £78,000. And one of the auditors, when my family came in, who helped me out in the post office, said to them that your father's or your husband's going to jail because there's money missing.
And that is indeed what happened to you. You were sentenced to 18 months and you went to prison through no fault of your own.
No fault of my own. And I had to spend really bad times in prison as well, under stress and due to the family conditions.
And there's some very moving testimony when you said you don't know what you've done. You were crying yourself to sleep. Your family were crying themselves to sleep because of the brutal injustice that was served upon you, Vijay.
That's correct, because I'm the only one, and we've up-and-coming family in the same area for 55 years. And then you live in an area and you had to move out of that area after that time being in the papers of what's happened to you. And so we had to move out of the area and not knowing what they're saying about you behind your back.
Because, of course, in the court of public opinion, they had no idea that you'd gone through an injustice. Nobody did. And then what happened with your route towards some form of recompense and justice to clear your name, Vijay?
We asked the barrister to have a look at it. Then it went to CCRC to appeal against my conviction. And CCRC did grant the appeal. So it went to Royal Courts of Justice with 40-odd other cases. And that day they acquitted us or quashed our convictions. So that was good news for all of us. And I wish they'd do the same for the rest of the people who are in the same boat.
The inquiry, of course, is ongoing today. Astonishing admissions from Fujitsu claiming they didn't really know what was going on. When you hear people from Fujitsu saying things like that, how does that make you feel, Vijay? Very
angry. But as the committee in the hearing, the Fujitsu chairman did know that it had a fault in the Horizon system, and Post Office knew as well. Now, if they would have sorted this one out or came up front back in 2010, a lot of us, majority of us, 700 people, would not have been prosecuted.
We're looking at the thick end, they're estimating, of £1 billion in compensation to put this right. Have you been compensated so far? And if you were, would that make up for what you lost?
I've not been compensated as of yet, but I've lost quite a bit. I mean, respect in the community, that's going to take time to get back. And what is money? I've lost 15 years of my life waiting for justice, and hopefully it'll be done at the end.
And how does that make you feel as we approach some form of endgame, finally people being held responsible for their actions? Could I put a question to you from one of our viewers, Adrian? Thank you, Adrian, for writing in and saying Fujitsu and the Post Office, what they knowingly did to people like Vijay was criminal, and those responsible should get a prison sentence for what they put people like you through.
They should face the same consequences as we all have been through, and see how they feel once they're inside. For something we've not done, we've been prosecuted and went to jail. They knew that they've done it, and they still kept quiet, so they need to be prosecuted, all of them.
Why do you think they kept quiet?
For the bonuses they're receiving. Otherwise, it would spoil the whole system on the Horizon, the computer system. Where do you go from there? Because their shares would go down completely, Fujitsu itself, if they did know about back in 2010.
So you believe they were solely motivated by money, by greed, and they didn't give a damn about the feelings of your own, Vijay, or indeed any of the other postmasters?
None of them cared about anything. All our postmasters are in the same boat. And if they did, then this would not have happened at this time.
What would you like to say to the boss of Fujitsu?
You spoiled our lives completely, all of our lives. Some have 20 years, some have 15 years, but there's nothing you can say would put it right.
And are you finally feeling, as a family, because that's the most important thing, as a family, are you finally feeling that you are approaching some form of justice? And is this a weight off your shoulders? And would you like to thank Alan Bates for the sterling work he's done?
If it wasn't for Alan Bates and the series they put out, this would not have come out this far. And I thank Alan Bates and the first lot who went to court and won the cases. Thank you very much.
I want to thank you for coming on today and for having the guts to speak out, because it would have been easy to try and disappear and hide after what you've been through. A decent, law-abiding, honourable, tax-paying man became the victim in this, and that's completely and utterly unfair and unjust.
Thank you.
Pleasure.